Hello friends, welcome back to my channel and welcome to FernBeach Sanctuary. Now this is another off-the-grid home and I said that I was going to be building it in a modern style, so this is exactly what I have done here. Now ignore where this lot is being built, because this lot in the beginning I started building in granite floors and I was using the destination mod, which allows you to live in the destination worlds and have it as residential lots, and it just wasn't working. Something's going on with that mod. It's completely glitched. I don't know whether it was one of the mods conflicting in my game with it or not, but I had to get rid of it and I moved this lot on the island of Windenburg, and I just changed up the scenery a little bit. So it still is the exact same house, but they don't have a decent enough 20 by 30 lot on that island itself where it kind of fit in with the landscape perfectly. So I had to move this house onto a 30 by 40 lot, I think. And what I did is just kept everything the same and just put more trees in it, because that was the way that I was going to go. That was the exact way that I was going to go with it. And it just works really well. Again, it's doing my favorite thing. It's building a modern house, but just with a little bit of flair with this one. Now there is a story behind this. I made two gorgeous sims, one called Eva and one called Carmen, and they are a couple. They have been together since college. Carmen did a degree in creative writing, so she's a published author. She writes from home, she works from home, and she writes Eva's books for her. Now, Eva is a herbalist. So what Eva does is she grows herbs and creates medicines and skincare and all sorts of stuff that she can sell and distribute to the public. And what Carmen does is write her books for her. So she'll write down all of her ingredients and what she uses and stuff, and then that gets published and people buy those books, etc. With this particular storyline that I had for this build, I was like, I don't want them to have to kind of sell from this lot. So what I'm thinking is creating a retail lot where it's almost like a skincare place or a herbalist place where people could come and buy medicines and skincare and hair care, what have you. Obviously we can't do most of that in The Sims 4, but that is where my imagination went with it. But anyway, this build itself is a very, very simple layout. You obviously saw what I was doing with the actual house itself. It is a black box. A black box with all those little gorgeous windows all over it. And that is where I wanted to go with it. And that is my favorite modern looking house, especially when they are off the grid and they are in the middle of a forest, is when they are all black. Main reasons being, architecturally, the black color blends in with the surrounding landscape the best. And that is where I was going with this, because it was being built in a forest. Now, when I put it in Windenburg, I was like, oh, if in my head, I would have changed the color to a more of a sandy hue and made it a lot paler and stuff, but I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to ruin the aesthetic of this lot, so I kept it black, and it still fits in with the landscape, but just not as well as what it did here, which is a bit of a shame, but hey ho, never mind. Now Eva grows all of her herbs everywhere, all over this lot, so I have included everything, all the herbs that you will need. There was a little bit of problem with these two little greenhouses that I was doing here. I do change them up a bit. They do get a bit bigger, and you'll see that for some reason the herbs that I was planting in them and the little planters weren't cultivating and they weren't growing properly. So I had to move all of this area around, and I also moved the beehives and stuff just because it just wasn't working well. As always, I do player test all of my lots to make sure that everything does work, but I will reiterate this fact that you really, really need to use the move objects on cheat before placing my builds down, because loads of things disappeared when I moved this lot into Windenburg, and that is so frustrating because I just don't want you guys to download something and think, oh god, that looks a bit weird there, when it's not supposed to look like that. It's because I build every single build that I do, I use the move objects on cheat. So I would really, really recommend you doing that before placing this lot down anywhere, because if things disappear and it starts to look a bit janky, that's the reason why. Now, I wanted the whole outside area to be kind of tiered up and down on different levels. So I used a lot of the terrain manipulation and put these greenhouses up on a higher level, and then a kind of communal little entertaining space down in that pit level down there. I actually put a big dining room table down there. And what I do is with Carmen's work, I gave her a laptop and a PC on the inside so she can come outdoors and work if she so wishes. And I really liked that. Now, this is one of my favorite things I did. I used these dividers that came with Dine Out, and I sized these up and down to kind of make a fence. And main reasons being, I just prefer the detail on these. I prefer how thin the slats are compared to some of the other fences that we get. And the best thing about it is that at night, those dividers like light up, and it's just got this gorgeous glow throughout the whole build. And it's main reasons from those dividers. Still one of my favorite objects that we got in Sims 4, which is stupid, but it really is. And I really like it. Now, I really enjoyed what I did with the railings here. I kind of put these down sort of, how can I explain it? Well, you just saw what I bloody did. I just literally just done it. But I enjoy how it kind of connects from the ground level up into that raised hill. I don't know why. I just really enjoyed that. Really, really enjoyed it. Now, this little area over here is a nice little chilled out space where they can come and escape and get away from the world. In the beginning, I was going to use this as a kind of orchard. But in the end, I was just like, no, it's not really doing it for me. So what I do with this area is I put 2 corner little sofas in. You'll see that in just a second. This is me derping out and putting in kind of grow areas for trees and stuff. But what I actually do is put 2 corner sofas, a nice little coffee table, and then I make my own grapevine. I know you can get grape trees. You can. I think they're only... you can only harvest them and stuff in the fall. But what I actually did was, well, you'll see. I'm going to point it out in a minute because I bloody show you in just 1 second. And I really enjoyed it. I thought it looked really cute, and I love this little area at night. It's really, really nice. And I actually put 2 grape trees at the bottom off of camera, so they do grow there, so you can go and harvest them when they are ready to be harvested. But in the end, I just ended up making my own, and I quite enjoy it. I put a couple of windows in as well, so they almost look like these lovely little pictures that you can like peek through and see like the seaside and stuff from this little area. And it stops this area from feeling so enclosed and boxed in because of the kind of harsh materials I used with the metal like corrugated like sides. It was just looking a little bit too closed in and a bit claustrophobic, so I opened that space out just by putting in some windows, and it really, really worked. It really did. And this is me creating the said grapevine. And what I did is I lifted each bunch of these bloody grapes. This was an absolute fucking nightmare. Not gonna lie to you. And what I did was kind of hung them from this like sort of fern at the top here, and it was really effective actually. When I was doing this, I was like, ooh, it looks a bit weird, looks a little bit weird, but I ended up really, really enjoying the actual finished product of it. The annoying thing was when my sim was planting stuff, they actually started to try and to kind of bury these in the ground and plant these as well. So I debugged a bitch and stopped her from doing it. It's like, no, leave my grapes alone. But I just really enjoy how this looks. And this is the area where I actually put real grapes at the bottom here. So they will start growing in this little soil bit here. So they will start growing around this area. So it kind of helps with gameplay and whatnot. And yeah, really cute, really simple, but in my opinion, quite effective. You'll have to let me know. As always, I love bloody reading your comments. I'm so lucky to have such an amazing bunch of positive, lovely people in the comments, because I just see so many toxic people here on YouTube. And don't get me wrong, they still filter through to this channel, but I always block a bitch. And you guys don't get to see the bad comments, which is a good thing. I mean, I don't mind like constructive criticism if that's what you want to do, if that's your bag and you've got time to do that in your life, then you can crack on. And I will always leave those comments in, don't worry. But sometimes you just get those little twats that filter through, and yeah, but I'll save you from that nastiness, chat. This place is going to be a positive sanctuary, shall we say, on YouTube. But yeah, that's me going. And again, it's got a swimming pool as well. What little things does this area? I'll go through the list of what it's got. Obviously, this little swimming pool area, it's got the kind of vineyard, what would you call it? Like chill out space. Obviously, this pool, it's got the 2 greenhouses, the entertaining area down in this pit. We'll go down and detail that in just a second. We've got, and then all around the other sides of the lot is where they grow all of the herbs and stuff, including this area up here. So I just enjoy it. I enjoy this lot a lot. And it's really fun for gameplay. It is really, really fun for gameplay. Again, I player tested this for about an hour. Lots of things had to change on the inside because it was quite a tight little space that proved difficult for your Sims to get around and whatnot. But it all works now. So I'll point out the stuff that does change inside as well, just so you guys will know that maybe there'll be a few tweaks and things will look a little bit different once you come and download them into your game. But yeah, and this is where I put all of the, so again, using those dividers, this is where I put all of the herbs, and yeah, just a lovely little area. And I put sprinklers. Oh my God, I'm failing with words today. We put sprinklers in here. We put sprinklers down in here to water all of the herbs and stuff, and it just really, really works. You can just turn them on. Your Sims don't have to come and spend all the time watering these. And instead, in the greenhouse section, what I did was put in where the rare plants would go. So your Sims have got areas where they could go and put a bit more of the special plant varieties and protect them from the elements or whatnot. But yeah, again, this house is all solar powered in my eyes. You can see the little battery pack that I've put on the side of the house there. And I did the solar panel on the roof. You probably saw that while I was yabbering on about something completely different at the beginning of this build, which is very, very common for me. As you guys know by now, I do like to talk. And I end up talking about a load of shit 95% of the time. But I enjoy it. And as I said, like, I was a bit worried about it being in a different area, especially when I put it in Windenburg Island, because this was just called, I think it was just called the Fern Sanctuary. But I changed it to FernBeach, and I kind of like the sound of that. So you'll have to let me know. I always struggle like naming builds. I don't know why. I've usually got a little bit more imagination when it comes to stuff like that. But sometimes I just can't name it. I'm just going to start calling them like house. House and restaurant. Yeah, that'll pull in the viewers, Aiden. That'll pull in the viewers. Now I'm going through the debug menu here to find sort of the herbs and fruits and stuff. But I did fail and pull out a lot of the things that don't grow in the summertime, which is pretty annoying. But I kind of get it. It's very realistic, including those snapdragon flowers that I pulled out there. They don't grow in the summertime either. But I don't know. It works when I put all of the right things in the boxes and everything grows together at the same time. So as with my other off-the-grid builds, I would say maybe place this down in the summertime and everything will grow properly. But you could just take everything out and put in whatever you want to grow as well. But yeah, really cute. Really, really cute. And I really enjoyed making the storyline for these two Sims. I thought it was quite sweet how they met in college and decided to get away from society, but not so much. Not as kind of reclusive as my other kind of off-the-grid lots, because obviously I said that they would go and sell in a retail place. So maybe like 2 days out of the week they would go and sort of be in the store and see customers and stuff, and maybe leave a manager or something to run the actual place when they're not there. That my imagination goes off the scale sometimes, and I think that's the best way to play this game. Like, I think that's, most of us who do play this game are creative people, so why not be creative with storylines to make your builds a little bit better? That's in my opinion. The layout and the inside is probably one of my favorite bits. Obviously, it's quite a hard space to do. It's not exactly a really, really tiny home. Like, it's not these 4x3 homes that people do, and I don't know how they do it because it just frustrates me trying to squeeze in stuff. But it's very deceiving on the inside because it's a small space. I mean, the bedroom's on a mezzanine level at the top, but It works really well, and it feels a lot more spacious because of the amount of windows, obviously the skylight too, and the fact that I used a medium height wall on the bottom level and then a short wall on the the first floor. And it just worked really well. It just really just made the place a lot more bigger. I mean, if you can't go outwards kind of to the side and whatnot and lengthwise, you can always go up and make it taller that way, and that way it creates a lot more space on the inside for your Sims. But yeah, this is the little communal area down in the little pit that I was talking about. I kind of wish that I went back and used those chairs that I've used there, but I actually used the fold out black ones instead. Main reasons being, when I replaced this lot, the one thing to disappear was the whole dining room table and the chairs. I was like, why has that disappeared? I was like, I don't understand why that was the one that disappeared. Maybe because the amount of flowers and stuff I put around this, but I don't know why it disappeared. So just keep an eye out for that one. Keep an eye out for it. But yeah, anyway, onto the inside. So I have pulled out all of the stuff already that I was using. I did a rough little copy of whatever I wanted to do on the inside here. Now the kitchen kind of runs sort of galley style. Galley? Oh my God, I'm failing at words. Galley style down one end of the whole build itself. And on the other end is the kind of living court, like the sitting area and living room and a bit of a dining room table. I also managed to squeeze a desk in here as well. So Carmen has got space to work on the inside if it does start to rain on the outside, etc, etc. A few little tweaks I had to do here and there. There was such a massive waste of space under the stairs. I was like, that looks stupid. That looks stupid being completely wasted. Sims won't be able to get down into there unless they go into a crawl, which obviously they can't because that isn't an option in The Sims. I wouldn't want to see a Sim crawl around actually because that could be a little bit freaky. But I don't know. Instead, under the stairs, I make it look like a storage area. So I put lots of clutter underneath of it to make it look like that they've got a storage area underneath the stairs. So if they do need to use it, they would get down into said crawl position and and get the stuff from underneath of it. But again, there's my head going. There's my imagination going wild. But yeah, it was really fun. It was really fun trying to figure out this layout. Really fun. I actually put a washing machine on this lot, and I actually put a washing line on this lot as well. But that isn't until I move over to Windenburg and realize that I needed a little bit of a space for a washing line. So you'll see, you probably saw that in the video tour. I'm sure Eva was doing something with the washing. I can't remember. But yeah, this is that little storage area underneath the stairs. I just thought it looked cool. I used that suitcase with the piles of books on top of it, and it just makes it look lived in and kind of, yeah, really good. In the beginning, I was going to use these festoon lights around here, but it just wasn't fitting in with the style of this house for me. It just really wasn't fitting in, and I decided not to. And I was going to plaster the place in artwork, and then I was like, no, I want to keep as much of the wall panels kind of exposed because it gives the feeling of length, because the panels are running down in a kind of vertical way. It kind of makes the eye kind of look upwards and makes the place look a lot more taller as well. And I kind of like that. I kind of like that feel. I really do. And I like what I did with the lights in the kitchen as well. I put this like sort of fence at the top on the bedroom level, and then I sort of lifted the lights up to kind of stick onto it, so it just made it look like it's hanging from there. Now I had to change a different bed. The only bed that fit into this tiny ass bedroom was the blow up bed from Outdoor Retreat, which is awful bed, but that was the only one that I could squeeze into this lot itself. I would have loved to have used this bed, but there was just no way of me using any other bigger bed unless I was going to make the bedroom bigger. And that just wasn't a choice. It was not a choice for me. And obviously, it's got a full bedroom in here. I do a walk-in wardrobe in this bedroom, so they've got more room up in their bedroom, and everything works. They can easily get changed and whatnot. And again, I put the washing machine in this bathroom as well. Did I say bedroom? I think I did, but I meant bathroom. And yeah, works. Everything works. Your Sims can poo, shower, whatnot, do whatever they like. And that is good. That is good by me. That is very good by me. But I think this is where the video is going to start coming to an end, guys. Thank you so much for all your support recently. It means a whole lot. And I will see you next week with another speed build. Keep keep an eye out on some sneak peeks because I will be sure to post them. Bye, everyone.